Now, new at 5:30 tonight as we approach the end of 2024, we are taking a look at some of the big issues this year. High electric bills, certainly one of them. But what can the state do to bring those costs down? Your chief political reporter, Susan Raff, sat down with Governor Ned Lamont to hear some of his ideas on energy and other important issues facing our state. Susan is now live at the Capitol tonight. Susan.
Stephanie, there is no question that our energy costs are too high, and that's something that Governor Lamont and lawmakers will have to keep working on here at the state capitol. Tonight, Governor Lamont is talking about energy, paying down debt, and working with the Trump administration. This summer was a breaking point. Electric bills were sky high.
Think about July, when we had the hottest July in history. Everybody's air conditioning starting on. You know, that wasn't Eversource's fault. That wasn't public benefits' fault. It was just a lot of demand.
Whatever is to blame, this only highlights that Connecticut needs to increase its energy supply to meet demand. Governor Lamont has been a big supporter of wind power, but an offshore wind power project in New London has been plagued with cost overruns and delays, causing a bit of a black eye for the governor. And the latest snag?
At 9.8 cents a kilowatt hour. You know, more than nuclear, more than natural gas.
Lamont believes these costs will go down over time. He's also working with northern New England states and Canada to bring hydropower to Connecticut. Millstone is the only nuclear power station in our state, providing electricity to some 2 million homes. And while the plant is aging, Lamont says it still has some life.
I've got room to put in 6, 7 modular nukes. That would provide enough power to keep us going and bring down costs over time.
Looking back at the legislative session, lawmakers were on board with Lamont's plan to expand paid family leave and child care. And those bipartisan fiscal guardrails we have heard so much about to curb spending have helped the state pay off debt.
Pensions and bonded debt, that was eating up more and more of our spending cap room. Now it's going the other direction. That gives us a little more flexibility to make investments we need.
Going forward, Lamont is still pushing to limit cell phones in public schools. The Board of Education approved it unanimously. And projects will continue on roads, bridges, and rail due to the huge infusion of infrastructure dollars. Health care costs continue to be a major issue. Lamont is now using federal COVID relief money to eliminate medical debt. But the future has some uncertainty and what impact the Trump administration will have.
Obamacare, the exchange, Access Health, call it what you will. We have tens of thousands of people who have health insurance who otherwise would not be able to afford it. What do we do if they yank that back?
And when it comes to all that federal COVID relief money, it could actually be a problem. A lot of state agencies have certainly depended on it and have used it for all sorts of things. So at this point, if they don't have the money, there's a wait-and-see approach. As for the state surplus, we are told that it is doing well and we should have a surplus next year. But after that, well, we could have a very tight budget. Your reporter, Susan Raff, Channel 3 Eyewitness News, live at the state capitol.
Susan.